This is the site of Fort Anne. It's located in the Merritt Island National Wildlife Refuge in Florida. It was built as a second Seminole War fort. It was built as a way station in preparation for Major General Thomas Dade's campaign against the Seminoles in Central Florida. So we're going to take a look at the grounds and talk a little bit about the history of the fort. So Major General Thomas Jessup, he planned to round up the Seminoles in Central Florida and send them to a reservation in the Indian Territory, which is now Oklahoma. So the first group of 245 men arrived here at what they called the Haulover on November 30th, 1837. This group was led by Lieutenant Colonel Pierce. The Haulover was a narrow, strategically narrow isthmus on the Merritt Island, where Indians and settlers hauled their boats and canoes from the Mosquito Lagoon to the Indian River. And today the Haulover Canal still exists with a bridge for boat traffic. On December 26, 1837, Lieutenant James R. Irwin of the 1st Artillery was ordered to construct Fort Anne on the eastern shore of the Indian River, right here where we're located. He completed the fort in 4 days and named it Fort Anne, after the sweetest girl in Pennsylvania. The fort operated as a strategic supply depot for military operations further south at Fort Pierce and Fort Jupiter. There was a continuous movement of troops and supplies to the fort from January to April 1838. In April 1838, Fort Anne was abandoned by general order. The fort consisted of 3 walls, 2 bastions, with the 4th side facing the river. It was located in an open prairie right on the river and held a garrison of 200 troops. But at times, we'd have hundreds of troops would dock here on their way south. And this is the ground where the fort would have been built, on this small prairie. Very close to the river. On this part of the Indian River where the fort's located, there is a series of barrier islands, which gives it a little bit more protection from the waves. A couple of inlets. And far in the distance is the other side of the Indian River, which is practically a lagoon at this point. The docks along the riverside here would have been very busy with the new shipments of men and supplies. So if you enjoyed this tour of Cape Ann, please click like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you on our next adventure.